Good afternoon and welcome to the Developer Show, a program where we showcase up-and-coming developments, talk investments, and show you how you can find yourself in this latest development, Westview Security Estate. My name is Chad and I'll be your host, and today we are joined by Rosemary Mokwana, who is the head and digital marketer at Cosmopolitan Projects. Rosemary, thank you so much for taking some time out to join us.
Thank you, Chad, for hosting me today. I really appreciate it.
It's more than a pleasure. Rosemary, I'm very keen to talk about this, this estate. And I've got a quick question for you. But before we ask that, I want to just launch into the question I ask everybody. And that's just, tell me a bit about yourself, tell me about your team, and tell me what a customer can expect if they decide to purchase through Cosmopolitan Projects.
Okay, as Chad mentioned, I'm Rosemary Mokwana. I'm a digital marketer at Cosmopolitan Projects Swane. I'm in a team of 3 ladies, consists of my marketing coordinator, Jean-Ray Heinlein, Nelisile Matangu, also a digital marketer, then there's myself. We've got 17 sales consultants based on site at the different sites, so they are our faces out there. We've got a team of admin which processes applications in a record time. If you purchase a house through Cosmopolitan Projects, you can expect full service from the start of your application to receiving your keys and moving into your house. And we also have a client care department which helps you with any of the queries that you have after the sale of the house. So we just don't leave you there, but we take you through the whole process from start to finish.
Now, Westview Security Estate. Talk to me about Westview Security Estate, but also I'd love to know, and this is the question I wanted to ask you, is why security estate? Why not just normal estate?
So Westview Security Estate is a 24-hour security estate. Everybody out there is looking to live in a security estate, having peace of mind, having that lock up and go environment where you're not worried about my furniture. You can go on a holiday, come back, still find your house intact. So security is actually on everybody's list, top priority list when they're looking for a house. And I believe Westview is the correct place because we get security from burglar bars on the doors, gates, the access control at the gates, and it's a lifestyle.
I definitely want to touch on the security a little bit later in this interview, but right now, could you tell me what the thought process was when you went about selecting this area for the estate? Why there?
We were looking for a large, affordable development, not far from the CBD, with enough infrastructure and close to all the amenities, and development which was easy access to all the major roads, and as well a place where we can build an affordable security estate in the affordable market, because most security estates are much expensive and our ladies are quite affordable, and despite the houses also being affordable. So when we were going through that thought process, was looking to fill the gap between the expensive security estate and the affordable market as well.
What are we looking at when we talk rates and levies? What can a potential customer expect if they decide to go into this estate?
With the levies, it's an estimated roughly of 600 per month. The rates and taxes are those of the municipality, but they also range between 550 to 600. So an extra 1.2 just above the bond is not much of a pinch to the pocket.
That's definitely the case. We've noticed a trend with developers nowadays looking to lower those levies and looking to lower those rates because people find that they'd rather have a very nice unit than a complex that has facilities that maybe a lot of people aren't going to use and utilize, but yet you're still paying for that month on month.
That's true, yeah. So that's where we bridge the gap.
Now, with Westview, who are you trying to appeal to? What have you marketed this development towards?
We're looking at young professionals looking into investing in property that's in a security estate. We're also looking at families who want peace of mind, who want a lock up and go environment and a place to call home. So we are basically, it doesn't have to be a first time home buyer, but those who are looking to invest in property that's in a security estate as well.
And what units are available?
So we've got 2 states. We've got a double story and we've got a single story. So I'll start with the single stories. We've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that comes with a single carport. We've got another 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that comes with a double carport. Then the double stories, it starts with a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom with double carport. Then we've got a 4-bedroom with 2.5 bathrooms, also with a double carport.
So you've got quite a bit of variety there. Can you tell me,
Yes.
when are these units going to be built? What phase are you in currently?
And the units are actually already being built. We've got thousands of families which occupying there. Some of them are in the process of being built. Some of them we still need to start to build them. So let's just say, as we said, we sold 900 houses already. So 900 houses already standing there, fully occupied with families living there. So now we're in the third phase of the development, where construction has already started as well.
Okay. And the amenities available to potential residents, can you talk to me a bit about that as well?
Yes, yes. There's how can I put, several public and private schools. It's a 10 minutes drive to Wonder Park Mall, Waka Centrum. There's a police station within 10 minutes drive, a private and public hospitals around. I can even also add there's a fire brigade just a few minutes away from here as well. So there is enough amenities around here.
Hopefully with the security in the name, nobody's ever going to need the police station.
Definitely not.
Now, the units themselves, can you talk to me about what flexibility there is in terms of customization, since some of them haven't been finished? And also, what finishes can potential customers expect? And if they wanted to change finishes, are those options available as well?
Our units come standard, fully tiled, burglar bars on all the doors and windows, built-in cupboards, and fitted kitchens. Unfortunately, we can't change before we give you the house, but the client is more than welcome to make alterations to the house once the house has been registered in their name and they've already gotten their keys. So we give them a full standard house with all the specs like the tiles, the built-in cupboards, the ceiling, the carport, the paving, and then should they want to extend the house or make changes, they are more than welcome to do that once we've handed over the keys and the house has been registered.
Well, that leads me then to the flagship question of this interview then, because it is in the name. What kind of security can customers expect?
24-hour security state, like access control, biometric entry system, electric fencing around the whole development. Each individual house is secured with a perimeter wall. They've got their own steel rolling gates. They've got burglar bars on all the doors and windows, including the sliding door as well. So we live by the name 24-hour security state.
Now, the other question I wanted to ask, and I think it's probably a question on everybody's mind now, are what are the costs? Could you run us through the costs of all the different unit types you mentioned quickly?
The smallest that we have goes for 932,000. So that's a 3-bedroom with 2-bathroom house. It comes with a single carport. Then you get the early levels of the millions. You get a 70 square meter, which is a 3-bedroom, also 2-bathroom with a double carport. Then our double story start at 1.2 million. That is also a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, and with a double carport as well. And the flagship house is the 126, which has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms with a double carport, and a fully fitted kitchen.
You know, there's another question I want to ask, and it's possibly another one that that does play across the minds of people looking to purchase into developments. Is we all understand that a very, very big plus for developments is they don't have to pay transfer duty. So you're going to be purchasing to this, and you don't have to worry about that big lump sum of a transfer duty that's going to cut into your available funds that you might need, or maybe your retirement savings or anything like that. But are there any other costs that people need to be mindful of when they purchase into developments?
When they're buying directly from the developer, they're exempted from all the transfer duties. The transactions are actually covered by the developer. So everything is done there. They're going to sign with, or our attorneys are going to take care of the transactions. Hence, they do not pay for any transfer costs or anything. So the price that they bought the house for is the price that they're going to pay.
And is that it? They're going to be in communication with you possibly. Tell me, if I wanted to purchase into this development, can I call you up and say, hey, Rosemary, look, I saw your interview on private property on their Facebook page. I'm very, very interested in purchasing into Westview. Then you're going to help me out with the bank possibly? Will you say we've got bond originators here at the office?
Yes, we do. We actually assist you from the start to the finish. So should you contact me, we start with the basic screening, just to check like the areas where you're working wouldn't be far for you. Then we do your affordability and credibility check, just to see if you qualify. Then after that, you come to site, come see the development, see the houses. You can complete the offer to purchase, and you give us your supporting documents, which consist of 3 months bank statements, 3 months pay slips, and a copy of your ID. then we're going to submit to our in-house bond originator, who they're going to send it through to the banks, and then we await the feedback as it comes. Then you as the client are the one who's going to choose which bank you would like to receive funding from for your house.
Could you explain to the viewers why using a bond originator is sometimes smarter to do rather than just going to your bank that you're currently with?
With the bond originator, it saves you a lot of time. Firstly, they submit to all the banks, so you get a comparative quote, if I can put it that way. It saves you the traveling of up and down. They negotiate or they speak on your behalf. They submit a complete application. So, and it also avoids your credit score being checked frequently after maybe a day or so. So it checks once, it goes through all the banks, so the banks receive a complete application that is standard. And then we just await the feedback. So it saves a lot of time and hassle.
And you offer that service in-house. One call to you or one of the sales guys, and you're done and dusted.
Offer. The only thing you need to do is come view, bring your documents, sit back, and let us do the magic for you.
Well, I think that's what we're going to do right now. Is let's take a look at this estate. Let's take a look at the different unit types available. So let's take a quick break, and we will be right back shortly. Welcome back to the Developer Show. Thank you very much for taking some time out to take a look at this latest development, Westview Security Estate. And if you're just joining in, my name is Chad and I am your host. And I'm joined today by the lovely Rosemary Mokwana. Rosemary, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, Chad. And yourself?
I cannot complain. Now, Rosemary, I'm just going to reiterate it for everybody. You're the digital marketer at Cosmopolitan Projects. We were just talking about taking a look at the development, taking a look at the different offers. Everybody's come back off that break. And the one question I wanted to ask you, which I don't really think we finished up before we took that break, is the amenities available to potential residents. Talk to me about the amenities within the estate itself.
Inside the estate, there is a kiddies park that has an outdoor gym, that has a BMX track. It has a mini soccer field where the kids can play, and it has some water features as well for a day that's very hot, where the kids can just relax, take off and have fun for themselves while the parents are maybe taking an exercise and building up some muscle.
I feel like with this day today, I wouldn't mind going and running around in a water park either. Rosemary, the other question I wanted to ask you, which is something we were discussing during the break, and that is, what do I need to earn to be able to qualify to move into Westview?
Okay, if your gross salary before deductions is estimated around about 24,000, then you can say you qualify to get yourself a house. So then once we have your gross, then we'll use your net, that's your take home, just to calculate your affordability to see what you'll be able to afford to maintain the lifestyle that you're living now and also still pay off a bond. So, but with a gross of 24,000, then you can say you actually qualify to get yourself a house at Westview Security Estate.
And again, just to reiterate this, so I've called you up, we've done the offer to purchase, everything's been approved. And you've mentioned again that there's two unit types. One, there's the units that are already built. And if I want to move into one of those, you guys are ready to have me as long as everything's done and the paperwork's being completed. And the other ones are available if I don't want to move in now. Maybe I'm trying to sell my house and I'd like to move in only later while you guys are still building it. I can also choose one of those units. But when do I start paying?
You start paying as soon as the house has been registered in your name and you've received your keys of your house. That's the only time you'll start paying for the house.
And for the units that aren't built yet, when does that house get registered in my name?
Obviously, the attorneys register the house. They're going to start registering the land first in your name. Then we're going to start building the house. Once the house has been fully 100% built, the certificates have been issued, then they're going to register the house as well in your name, and then that's the only time you can move in once the house is 100% complete.
So a lot of people may be wondering whether or not they need to pay immediately for a house that's not built. That's something they don't need to worry about. They only start paying once the house is built.
Once the house is 100% complete and they've got the keys in their hands.
There we go. I think that's something that maybe reassures a lot of people that weren't too familiar with that. Another thing that I'd like to talk about is what are the pros and cons of choosing into a development other than just going and buying a normal freestanding house?
Okay, you will be exempted from the transfer duties. All the transactions have actually been taken by the developer. With Westview, it's a lock-up and go lifestyle. There's decreased repair work on the house. There's fiber to home. And it's a 24-hour security estate, if I can put it that way. With the cons, the stands are slightly smaller. Obviously, there are levies because it's a security estate. And I'll say the strict conduct rules as well.
Okay, and what advice would you give to buyers looking at this estate as an investment?
I'll say take advantage of the current interest rate. It's actually the lowest it's been in 47 years, so it is actually the best time to buy now. And obviously a house is a safe investment with capital growth. So it's something that you can look to knowing that in the next 5 years, there's actually capital growth on the house.
Are there things about this development that you would say completely sets it aside and sets it apart from other developments in the area that could make it an even better and even more viable investment?
Yes, definitely. Westview Security Estate is a full title, 24-hour security estate in the affordable market in Gauteng. So I'll say in the whole of Gauteng, Westview is the only development that is full title that's in the affordable market and that has affordable levies for a security estate.
Can we also talk what makes full title different to sectional title? Can you give us a quick rundown of that?
Yes, with full title, meaning that once the house has been registered in your name, you are more than welcome to extend the house. Because it's a security estate, obviously you need to stay within the feel and the features of the estate, like the painting, the tiles and everything, but you are more than welcome to extend the house, make the room slightly bigger, make alterations to the house, hence it's a full title and not a sectional title development.
So as your family grows, so too can your house.
So you can extend your house as well. Maybe add an extra carport, maybe change the carport to a garage, add an extra room. So yeah.
Could you also give us a quick rundown of what it would be like purchasing a house through your agency? So if I want to purchase within this estate, what is it from A to Z that I can expect from you and that I'd also need to do?
Okay, what you can expect from myself, our agents as well, is 100% full service from start to finish. So that is from the first phone call you make or from inquiring from the different portals. You're going to receive, they're going to screen you basically just to find out what are you looking for, what are your requirements. It's just a basic assessment test that we do. Then they're going to check your affordability, they're going to check your credibility, and then depending on your gross salary, they can advise you which house you can look into. Then they're going to assist you with viewing. So you're going to come physically to site, you're going to come see the houses, you're going to have a feel of the development. And then once you're happy with that, you can complete the offer to purchase, where our agents will take you through the process step by step. They will assist you in doing that. Then obviously they'll take your supporting documents. They will take it to our admin group at the office. They're going to submit it to our bond originator, who's going to send it to the banks, and you're going to receive the feedback. The agents will communicate with you every time each bank sends feedback. Let you know we need so much documents, or can you please provide us with such supporting documents? So we actually hold your hand throughout the process from start to finish. Once you've also got your house, we've got a client care department which will assist you with some queries should you have, and also assist you with, let's say if you have a few complaints there, they'll come through, assist you just to make sure that you're happy with everything.
Thank you so much for that, Rosemary. There's another question I'd like to ask, and it really is quite a personal question, because I don't know the answer to this, or possibly the answer I think might not be the right one. So I do want to ask you this, and I mean, any advice you can give me would be fantastic. And that is, so many people tend to talk about the interest rate and how the interest rate is very low now, so people should buy. So if I do buy now with this low interest rate, what happens if the interest rate changes?
If the interest rate change, obviously the repayment of the house will go up. But as I said, now buying currently now, the repayment is still low. So it gives you a time frame to adjust, to live with a certain amount of money going out, going through to the bond. As the interest rate goes up, obviously it won't shoot up immediately on one go. It's going to gradually go up as it went down. So it also gives you time to adjust to your pocket as well. But now with the low current interest rate, the repayment is actually quite low and it's affordable.
And is this also counseling that potential buyers can expect when they sit down with you, that you're going to sit down with their funds, their available funds, and say, this is what you can afford now, this is what our unit costs, and this is, if the interest rate goes up, this is kind of the timeline we're predicting, and this is kind of where these payments can go. And yes, you can very easily manage this, or maybe we need to look at a different unit that's priced differently.
Yes, with the process that we take to do the affordability and credibility check, that helps us and helps our agents as well be able to advise the client of, because obviously we all want the 126, we all want the big house, but our pockets, or let's say our budget, is not the same. So hence we do the affordability check first. So now we look at that. You should have, once we do it, we look that you shouldn't need to buy yourself groceries. You still need to pay off let's say school fees, you still need to cover petrol to come into work. So we also count that in. We actually include that in for you. So then whatever you have left, then we advise you with the amount that you have left. This is the houses, or between these three houses, you can look between these three houses. Then you as the client will take the, okay, can I please have a look at the 70 square meter for argument's sake. Yeah.
Now, Rosemary, you've spoken to me about where your units are currently, that some of them are built and some are still being built. And for those that are still being built, I'd love to know, has COVID affected the timelines of these construction projects, or has everything kept the same? And if so, what have you guys implemented to ensure that these timelines have stayed on time, for lack of a better term?
Okay, with level 5 and 4 of the lockdown, there was no construction taking place. In level 3, only 70% of manpower was allowed to operate on construction. So failed, and level 2, we actually went back to 100% capacity. But then we can say 2.5 months, there was no construction taking place, and 1.5 months, we lost up to maybe 30% of construction. But to cover up for that, our plans are pre-approved. So that cuts out of another 2 months delay. So with the plan being pre-approved, we're actually catching up on 2 months of the delay of the construction that we have lost out on.
That leads me to my next question, which is, your company's had a relationship with private property for quite a time now. And could you talk to me about how that influences the way you market your developments?
Yes, private property actually has been very helpful in creating digital exposure, especially on the digital platform on your website, where we have visibility in the neighboring suburbs of Pretoria West, the neighboring suburbs around Westview Security Estate. It has assisted us in generating good quality leads, where currently now is not just the sale, but people are residents to Westview Security Estates. People are homeowners at Westview Security Estate, and we have private property to thank for that as well.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Rosemary Mokwana from Cosmopolitan Projects presenting Westview Security Estate. I really did enjoy this interview, Rosemary. You taught me quite a bit, so it was very enlightening for me. So I really do want to just thank you for coming online and taking some time out to do this interview with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting me, Chad. I really appreciate it.
More than a pleasure. If you ever want to come on again, you let us know and we'll happily have you.
Definitely, definitely.
And for everybody tuning in, thank you so much for taking some time out of your weekend for this. And I hope to see you again next time. From me, Chad, your host, and Rosemary, thank you and goodbye.